At a time when many say he is in the midst of an image makeover, Narendra Modi finds himself confronted by political leaders, once his friends, who espouse extreme views that could be damaging to the Modi campaign. Now, after the VHP's Praveen Togadia and the BJP's Giriraj Singh, it was the turn of the Shiv Sena leader Ramdas Kadam. Now, Mr. Modi appears to have had enough. He says he disapproves of irresponsible statements and wants these to end. But has Mr. Modi been assertive enough?
After days of outrage over BJP's Nevada candidate Giriraj Singh and VHP leader Praveen Togadia's hate speeches, BJP's prime ministerial candidate finally broke his silence on Twitter today, saying petty statements by those claiming to be BJP's well-wishers are deviating the campaign from the issues of development and good governance. I disapprove of any such irresponsible statement. I appeal to those making them to kindly refrain from doing so. Entire nation looking towards BJP for going to people solely on issues of good governance and development. But even as TV news channels ran his tweets, came this video clipping of yet another hate speech, this time from a leader of BJP ally Shiv Sena, and in Modi's presence. Though to be fair, Modi does not follow Marathi.
पोलिसांच्या वरती हल्ला होतोय, पोलिसांच्या गाड्या जाळतायत, शहीदांचं स्मारक तोडतायत आणि हे मुसलमान आमच्या महिला पोलिसांच्या वरती हात टाकतायत, विटंबना करतायत. तर त्याचा कायमचा बंदोबस्त नरेंद्र मोदी केल्याशिवाय राहणार नाही हा विश्वास या ठिकाणी व्यक्त करतो.
Modi's tweets on Giriraj and Togadia were seen by critics as too mild, referring to the hate speeches as petty statements.
The development is good governance. That is why you have such fantastic statements like that of Mr. Giriraj, like that of Mr. Praveen Togadia. Why does Modi not expel Mr. Giriraj Singh? These crocodile tears, this Noora Kushti friendly matches will not do.
While the likes of Giriraj and Togadia are accused by the Congress of promoting Narendra Modi's Hindutva agenda as he talks of development, the irony is that Togadia and Modi are far from allies. Till 2002, both Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Praveen Togadia were seen as strong Hindutva forces, leading together the rapid rise of BJP in the state. But with Mr. Modi embarking on the mission image makeover, somewhere down the line he started veering away from more hardline Praveen Togadia, causing strains in their relationship. With bureau inputs in Ahmedabad, Rohit Ban for NDTV.
Extreme divisive language and the politics of hate. Now, Narendra Modi has told his supporters that this must end. But has he been strong enough to send out a message to Giriraj Singh of the BJP or Praveen Togadia? Well, joining us, C.R. Kesavan of the Congress Party, Subramaniam Swamy, Sunil Alag and Siddharth Vadrajan. I'm sorry to have kept all of you waiting for so long. But Dr. Swamy, let me come to you first. The Election Commission has now issued a notice. In fact, they've said that in Bihar and in Jharkhand, Giriraj Singh cannot contest. So why isn't the BJP, cannot campaign, but why isn't the BJP taking a stronger step against him?
Well, first of all, you see, the question is, it was not a communal statement as you say. It was a statement of those who are opponents of Narendra Modi. It would be both Hindus and Muslims. So to call it a communal statement is wrong. But that even that to say that in an election framework is the Election Commission holds it to be wrong, and there is of course section 123 of the Representation People's Act which makes it so. So what more do you want? He's been publicly disapproved. He hasn't caused a riot. He hasn't targeted a particular community.
But he's still contesting these elections.
He is contesting the elections, but he has not targeted any one community on religious basis.
In the coming days, there won't be place for such people in India.
Yes,
in other words,
those who are opposing Narendra Modi. Now that's
their place will be in Pakistan.
He has to explain.
Their place will be in Pakistan.
Yes. So that is that's the worst possible place to be today.
Why couldn't Mr. Modi condemn him in stronger terms?
He said that I don't.
He says he's not doing that. These people are doing a disservice.
Yes, that is about as big a condemnation that you can think of. I mean, you may not like his phraseology because everybody has his different phraseology, but I think he has done the most he has done. In fact, he needn't have done it. because the party president had already rebuked Mr. Giriraj.
Okay.
So the question of his coming in is because there was a widespread demand that he should say something. Yeah. So he has said it, and I think this is about the maximum he could say.
Siddharth Vadiraajan, is that enough for Narendra Modi, that one statement, that one tweet rebuke of sorts?
You know, Mr. Modi needs to be more forthright, quite frankly. For somebody who, loses no opportunity to say that this election is about development and development only. When you have foot soldiers, when you have trusted lieutenants like Amit Shah resorting to either very, very aggressive rhetoric or communal rhetoric in the case of Amit Shah, Mr. Modi either keeps quiet or issues a rather mild rebuke through a medium that reaches far less people in practical terms than the kind of damage that Amit Shah or Mr. Giriraj Singh have done. Now, when Mr. Modi was asked in one of the interviews about Amit Shah's remarks that the Election Commission found were, designed to incite hatred, and this was at least a week after, he said, "I haven't had the time to watch. I don't know what he said." This is not something that you expect of a man who's, who wants to be Prime Minister. So I think that, he owes it to the electorate to say that, look, to condemn this sort of thing in the strongest possible language. In the case of Togadia, of course it's true that Togadia doesn't get along with Modi. The two are political opponents in the state. But as Home Minister of Gujarat, let Mr. Modi set in force the police machinery to have Mr. Togadia arrested, and for inflammatory language that he's used and which is captured in
Sunil Alagh,
but we don't see any of that.
You've been nodding, I mean, in disagreement. Yeah. Go ahead.
See, look, I've been nodding because I'm amazed at what I'm hearing. First and foremost, I'm against all these kind of speeches which are being made, whether it's by Sonia Gandhi, who actually went to the Imam, or Imam came to her and he said, she's told him, let's not divide the secular vote. It meant that only the Muslims were secular and the Hindus weren't. So let's not get into what people have been saying. It's a question of what Shazia Ilmi has just said. And sure enough, AAP has come and said, we don't agree with the statement, and the party doesn't agree with the statement. Were they strong enough against Shazia? Nobody's questioning it. But look, the strength of a statement comes, or a strength of a rebuke doesn't come by the words used. Has Mr. Giriraj Singh said anything after that? Has Amit Shah apologized immediately to the EC for having said it, and I will not do it? That is the strength of what Modi is. If he says, I don't approve of this, that is a clear signal. All the guys shut up. They don't move forward after that. Don't expect him to use strong words where it's not necessary for his team.
But what about stronger action?
Elements in
what sort of message does it send to people, the electorate in this country, that you have leaders like this who are contesting?
The message that is going is,
being allowed to
look, the message that is going is, we are 1.2 billion people. 1 second. Can I just finish? Yeah, can I just finish saying what I have to say? The message is, the leader is against it. When he comes to power, he is not going to tolerate any of this nonsense. That's the message that goes through. Togadia has always been another political party. He's been speaking like this for the last 15 years when Mr. Vajpayee was also there. So how do we suddenly give Togadia the thing that Modi is influencing him? He is now his own party. He's rebuked them. He has said they've stopped, they've apologized. It's a signal that Modi will not tolerate this kind of nonsense when he becomes PM.
Okay, I think the point that Sunil Alagh is making, C.R. Keshavan, is that Modi has spoken. I mean, in this case, he's tweeted, the matter ends over there. Why necessarily are we making a big deal out of this? How do you react?
Vikram.
Vishnu, go ahead. Yeah.
No, if they keep repeating the mistake, you can make a big deal.
Vikram, when you look at the tweet, first see the tweet, it doesn't refer to anybody. Irresponsible and petty. He could even be referring to Uma Bharti's statement calling Modi ji Vinash Purush, or Joshi ji saying that the Gujarat model is not replicable. He's not even mentioned anybody. And second thing, please understand the language these people use, whether it's Giriraj or Togadia. It was blatantly discriminatory, and it was brazenly intolerant, and it's anti-constitutional. But having said that, let me come back to what Ramdas said in this meeting yesterday. Kadam, he was sitting there, Modi ji was sitting there when, such a, targeted attack was made, and, some people said Modi ji doesn't follow Marathi, but Modi ji also doesn't follow the ideals of pluralism and inclusivity, bequeathed to us by our founding fathers, upon which the great nation was built.
Modi ji has not,
understand Marathi,
Narendra Modi has not endorsed the remarks made by Ramdas Kadam.
Let me complete. No. Uddhav Thackeray was sitting there. He could have translated it to Modi ji. Uddhav Thackeray spoke after, Mr. Kadam. Uddhav Thackeray ji could have condemned it. No, see, this is a very tacit support. And, this is being abetted by them. Let me just say one thing. Yesterday's silence in the meeting has very clearly, revealed this, mask of, development which they have, and is totally exposed their manifest ideology of polarizing and mobilizing people. And the issue is these voices which you hear are feeble echoes. Their master's voices, RSS and Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. That is the issue here.
Dr. Swami, why don't you reply to that? What he said, Muslims who vandalized police vehicles, damaged public property and attacked women police personnel during the Azad Maidan riots in August 2011 will not be spared. And then you've got Narendra Modi in a sense sharing the stage with this person.
Yes.
How does this help that you've got allies of the BJP making these statements?
Well, I mean, the Congress should be the last one to complain, because the kind of statements made by Mulayam Singh Yadav and other allies of the Congress, in fact, Sharad Pawar says go and vote very often and then get a dissolver to remove the, I think, kinds of things that I haven't seen the Congress party getting upset about it. Today, at least, they don't have any moral right to raise this question. The fact is, Kadam was a member of another party, and we are allies, we are NDA, and in fact, I may tell you that where we don't have an alliance with Shiv Sena, they have put up candidates also. They have put up candidates in Haryana, you have put up candidates in even UP. The issue is this, that Modi cannot take responsibility for running a coalition of this kind on disciplinary basis. Discipline has to be,
I think that's the
discipline has to, he can be responsible for his cabinet. In his cabinet, if somebody says, doesn't matter which party he belongs to, he is responsible.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a coalition, it is not the responsibility of the party president. And Mr. Uddhav Thackeray thought there was nothing wrong with it. That's the matter should be.
C.R. Keshwan, go ahead.
Vishnu, Modi ji was sitting in the meeting, Vishnu. The question is, he was sitting there. He could have condemned it. See, the question is, how can you ignore this? How can you turn a Nelson's eye to this? Modi ji was sitting there. My question is, if they didn't have any remorse, why did Shiv Sena tweet it saying that we distance ourselves from the statement?
You didn't
this
make
is
any
not
statement
what
when the
Uddhav
Imam
Thackeray
was
or Bal
asked.
Thackeray or Shiv Sena believes in. No, the issue... No, let me complete, sir. It's very clear. This is a classic case of dubious doublespeak. Divert and deflect the real agenda. Please let me complete.
Let's talk logical stuff now. Yeah.
Please don't dismiss it. Dismiss me, sir. You can't hide away from the facts. Don't hide away behind the smokescreen of development. This is not rubbish. Your silence is deafening. You are trying to hide. You're trying to hide behind the smokescreen of development. Why don't you condemn it?
Rahul Gandhi would have got up and rebuked Azim Khan on stage?
You don't have the courage to condemn. No, don't. You don't have the courage to condemn Kadam because you're tacitly supporting this agenda. That is the issue.
No, one moment. Okay, all right. Okay, let me just bring in Siddharth Varadarajan. Let me bring in Siddharth Varadarajan over here. Mr. Varadarajan, how do you read this entire? I mean, the point that Dr. Swami makes is that he can't control another party, whether or not they're an ally or not, right? And so it's not for Mr. Modi to actually tell another party that look, this is what is acceptable to us and this is not. This is coalition politics. Each party does what it wants.
Vishnu, this is when the caliber of a leader is tested. The caliber of a leader is tested when something atrocious is said that offends the sensibilities of people, which hurts the sentiments of a section of the important section of the population that anyway is fearful of your candidature. A statesman-like response would be, Mr. Modi should have embraced this opportunity to issue a public statement that what Mr. Kadam said in my presence, I abhor. What Mr. Giriraj Singh said, I condemn. What Amit Shah said has no place. Let him, if were he to explicitly articulate his opposition to these things, instead of hiding behind a very kind of anodyne tweet, he would rise in the eyes, in the estimation of people, for somebody who has the courage to swallow a bitter political pill. And this is when the leadership qualities of Mr. Modi would be tested.
Just give me a moment. Sunil Alak, go ahead.
No, but I am saying, look, Mr. Varadarajan Would Amit Shah apologize without Mr. Modi telling him? What are we discussing here? Are we discussing, let's discuss something which is right, something which is wrong. Do you think Amit Shah would have apologized without Mr. Modi telling him?
Amit Shah has not apologized.
Amit Shah has not apologized. We are against, no, one second. We are against, of course he's apologized to the EC. He said, I will never say things again. That's why we are allowing him.
He hasn't.
What do you want?
I'm sorry. He did not use the word again. He did not.
He's promised to them,
please read his statement. Please read his statement.
Look, 1 second.
No, I'm sorry. He does not use the word again.
Would the EC allow him?
He does not use the word again.
Mr. Vardarajan, would the EC permit him to carry on back again if they were not satisfied with what he said? That's a very simple thing. Forget the word.
I think Siddharth has a point. Siddharth has a point to make about
him to continue if he didn't say what
the issue of Amit Shah apologizing or not. Siddharth has a point to make. I'll come back to you after that.
All right. Let's talk about everybody.
Hang on, Mr. Alak, just a moment. You've said something.
Let's talk about all the leaders.
No, we'll talk about other things. But Siddharth had a point to. He had a particular point. Let him make that. I'll come back to you after that. No, one moment, sir. Go ahead. The issue of Amit Shah and his apology. Siddharth Vardarajan, you had a point.
Vardarajan, if he came across against all political leaders. Shazia Ilmi says something.
No, Mr. Alak, you gotta let him make his point, and then you make your point.
So I'm against all of it.
Vishnu, let me just make one point.
One moment, everybody is trying to make a point. Can I please decide? Siddharth Vardarajan, make a point first, then Sunil Alak, then Mr. Keshavan, and then Dr. Swami. Please go ahead.
When NDTV had me on 10 days ago or 12 days ago, when Imran Masood made his completely idiotic, hateful, vengeful speech, I, on your channel, said I condemned him, and I also said the Congress party must remove him as its candidate. It's not enough for the party to dissociate itself from what he said. They must kick him out. So I'm very clear on this. Whether it's Sonia Gandhi's meeting with the Imam, I don't see any difference in any of these things. As far as Amit Shah is concerned, please read his statement to the EC. He says, I will not say such things. He does not say, I will not say such things again. He does not acknowledge wrongdoing. When in his first press conference, he joked about even a very good bowler sometimes bowls a no ball, right? So the EC, in its own wisdom, has decided to give him a second chance, but he did not apologize. The record is very clear.
Sunil Alak, respond to that. There is no apology from Amit Shah.
Why would the EC give him a second chance and not give Azim Khan a second chance? What is their reading of what Amit Shah has said? Amit Shah is fundamentally, forget the words. EC is satisfied that he obviously regrets in some way without using the word, and he's not going to repeat it. Fine. That is why EC. No. Now you question the EC also then. Why is the EC being so liberal with Amit Shah? That's because Modi controls the EC now. Give yourself a break and everybody else a break. That's all I'm saying. I am also personally against everyone. All those who make such statements should be stopped. But there's a limit to what you expect Modi to do and what he can and can't do.
Okay, C.R. Keshavan, there's a limit to what Modi can and cannot do.
Let's see if this Giriraj says
I want to make a quick point.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, that's all. People will
I
follow
just
him.
want to say this, Vishnu. You know, Sunil Alakji is being so defensive. I am very amused to see that Subramaniam Swamiji is not defending, but Sunil Alakji is defending. Coming back to,
I've got my turn. You've been speaking and
Imam,
speaking.
please let us not forget. Please let us not forget. Rajnath Singh ji, please let us not forget. Rajnath Singh ji met Maulana Kalbe, and Maulana Kalbe ji said, you know, they fear Narendra Modi ji. The issue here is very simple. See, if suppose they say, you know, Amit Shah wouldn't have expressed regret without Narendra Modi ji telling him, then
what are we discussing here? What somebody said about Mr. Modi, that's what we are discussing.
Let me complete. I waited, sir. Please let me complete.
Go ahead.
Kindly let me complete, sir. Please have that courtesy. My question is this. My question is this. If Mr. Narendra Modi ji meant what he said and he instructed Amit Shah to seek pardon, then it's a straight message for all the BJP cadre. Why do they still continue to do it? Because they know it is just a facade. If Narendra Modi ji had sincerely rebuked this, no BJP person or Sangh Parivar would make such statements. It is just a facade and they still go on with their agenda because Narendra Modi ji...
You can't control Digvijay Singh in your party for the last 1 year.
We are running out of time, so I must ask Dr. Swami the last question. So why do you make the point that you have no control as such over what an ally does?
Yes.
These allies speak for you in a sense. If you look at what Kadam has said, he said that Modi will not spare those Pakistanis. Which Pakistanis? Those who beheaded our soldiers.
He never said Modi.
Within 6 months of becoming Prime Minister, Modi will take action against those Pakistanis who have beheaded our soldiers.
No, it's a wrong report.
Manmohan Singh and the Maharashtra Chief Minister are shameless, but Modi will not spare those Pakistanis. That's what he said.
He has made it clear that he never used the word Modi. This is an interpolation of the media. The issue is this. First of all, let me say that since Amit Shah and the Election Commission have amicably settled the matter, I don't want to reopen it except to say that what Amit Shah said is take revenge by voting against the Samajwadi Party. He didn't say by rioting again or anything of that kind. And I would have thought it would be wholly inappropriate if Mr. Modi had rebuked Amit Shah for this statement. Perhaps the choice of words of revenge, he could have used a different word. But the fact is, he never said take revenge on the Muslim community or take revenge on those people who rioted against you. He only said vote against the Samajwadi Party. And I don't think that he said anything wrong. Now, this is the problem with the Congress. They want to hide the fact that they have been so openly communal and casteist that today they are trying to cover that up by blaming everybody else. What about an imam? You called imam to your house and made him say that don't the Muslims don't allow the Muslims to split the vote. Yeah, there is nothing more condemnable. I haven't seen any condemnation coming from anybody on what Ms. Sonia Gandhi did.
C.R. Keshavan, go ahead.
Vishnu, what about Maulana Kalbe? Rajnath Singh ji met Maulana Kalbe.
What has Rahul Gandhi
He didn't ask the Muslims
Maulana Kalbe ji said Rajnath Singh is okay.
Come on, what has Rahul Gandhi said about Mr. Masood's statement? Let's not talk about what you are saying.
Please talk about Maulana Kalbe, sir.
All right.
What about Maulana Kalbe? You went and met him.
So you know, we are back to square one where everybody accuses each other.
That's right.
Vishnu,
But Siddharth Vadrajan, I want you to have the last word on this. What defines the language of hate? Isn't that the central point over here? Right?
You see, one point of fact which in a way answers your question. Amit Shah, what he said about revenge was the mildest thing that he said. The reason the EC pulled him up and found him guilty of giving hate speeches and inciting communal hatred was that he blamed the Muslim community for violating the honor and dignity of Hindu women. He said, जब न्याय नहीं मिलता है, इंसाफ नहीं मिलता है, तो कभी-कभी जनता सड़क पे उतरने पे मजबूर हो जाता है. So he used language which was very, very inflammatory, and that's why the EC pulled him up. The statement about revenge was one of many, and the fact that the fact that Mr. Modi, on the one hand, we're expected to believe that Amit Shah so-called apologized because Modi asked him to. On the other, when Mr. Modi is asked by ANI, what's your view of what Amit Shah says? He says, I don't know what he said. I have no idea what he said. I haven't had time. So, I think we need to get the narrative straight here.
All right. Well, every party accuses the other of getting the narrative wrong, and I think the larger issue of what defines hate, who defines what is right and what is wrong, that remains unanswered. I know you had a point to make. I'm sorry, we are completely.
No, but I'm saying the IPC has a definition of what is hate.
Listen to the leader.
And this is
That's
not
the one
any
that
of
will
this
define
is
it. Listen to the leader. Listen to what Modi
All
has
right,
to
we're
say.
going to take a short break at this stage.
Listen to the leader of the party, what he stands for, and that's what we should define.
Irrespective of what he says.
Individuals and parties.
And whether that harms or hurts anyone.
That's not what defines.
Hypocrisy.
We're going to take a short break now. I'd like to thank all of you very much for joining us this evening. It's time now for us to take this short break. That IPC.